Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya have a storied competitive rivalry across multiple combat sports, with the latter recently going into specific detail about certain facets of their MMA rematch. Adesanya appeared on the podcast Flagrant, where he has appeared multiple times, now being referred to as the AUG guest in the YouTube video description. Several topics were covered during this chat about a banked interview that the podcast team recorded a few weeks back before the topic of Pereira came up. When discussing their second UFC matchup that saw Adesanya secure his first combat sports win over Pereira, Israel Adesanya said, "Pereira, like certain people, are just used to taking leg kicks. That's when I'm able to push Pereira backwards, as I'll go southpaw because I can just check the leg kick. From this stance, I can just turn the knee in, and then I was pushing him backward southpaw. So then I'm like, okay, he can fight both ways but not as good." Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya are quite prominent combative pairings of this generation. The two famously waged war with one another on 4 occasions. The now 37-year-old's first battle with Adesanya was at the inaugural Glory of Heroes card in April 2016. This contest saw Pereira emerge victorious by a unanimous decision. Their sophomore kickboxing contest saw a more definitive result, with Pereira knocking out Adesanya in the 3rd round at Glory of Heroes 15 in Mar. 2017. Poten had his first MMA fight against Adesanya, specifically their 3rd fight overall, at UFC 281 in November 2022. This matchup saw Pereira advance in the series to 3-0 over Adesanya as he took the middleweight belt from his rival, who he followed to the sport of MMA. The native of São Paulo state would lose his hold on the UFC middleweight title in his first defense, and at that moment also saw Adesanya notch his first win over Pereira. Their UFC 287 headlining fight saw Israel Adesanya knock out Alex Pereira in the 2nd round during their April 2023 meeting. Adesanya's win over Pereira adds intrigue to their potential rematch. Despite the interest from the Brazilian, Izzy hasn't been so keen on pursuing a fight with his old foe.